In response, the Nigerian Senate is urging calm and restraint, calling for measured dialogue and regional cooperation. The protests, reportedly fueled by growing local frustrations, have drawn criticisms from human rights groups and sparked anxiety within the Nigerian community in Ghana. Our conversation tonight looks into this latest developments, the Senate's reaction, and what this could mean for Nigeria-Ghana relations moving forward. Joining me for proper insights is former Nigerian ambassador to Burundi, Ambassador Elijah Onyeagba. Good evening to you, Ambassador. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Thank you.
A very good evening to you, and thanks for having me.
Thank you. As a former ambassador, how do you interpret the significance of these protests from a diplomatic standpoint? What do you consider as the potential diplomatic repercussions if this sentiment against Nigerians in Ghana escalates further?
Oh, thank you so very much. The question is, how did we get here in the first instance? And what is the current status of things as relates to that? In fact, yesterday there was a widespread protest across Accra and some other cities of Ghana on the Nigeria Must Go, if you like, a replica of the same system that happened in 1983, where Nigerians using the same Ghana Must Go, at the time to also send back about 2 million Ghanaians back to Ghana. That obviously was the beginning of xenophobic activities within the West African region. This is what we are beginning to find at this particular point in time. And first of all, I think it's very, very disturbing. Disturbing in the sense that a lot of first, between Nigeria and Ghana, we are like Siamese twins. Between Nigeria and Ghana, these are two strong economies within the ECOWAS sub-region. Between Nigeria and Ghana, over the years, we've always had a very good relations. In fact, I monitored the last elections in Ghana. I was in Accra for that elections. And part of, in trying to engage both the organizers of the commission that organized the election and the Nigerian diaspora, we actually found out that there is a good relationship between this present president, John Dramani, that won the election, and a lot of Nigerians in Ghana. So a lot of Nigerians in Ghana, even though they couldn't vote, campaigned heavily for this president. So we've had, long diplomatic relations. And in addition to that, it's also good to know that the Nigerian High Commission in Ghana is classified as a grade A mission, meaning that it's a mission that Nigeria takes very, very seriously. That's a grade A mission, So clearly, a lot of Nigerians live in Ghana. Very high
and
Nigerians
that's why this is surprising, Ambassador. And that's why many are surprised, because, yes, we've seen similar tensions between Nigeria and other African nations. I mean, for example, for Nigeria-Ghana strained relationship, this is not the first time. Nigeria-Ghana tensions over trade evictions in 2019-2020, where the Ghanaian authorities closed some shops owned by Nigerian traders. There was also, with South Africa, where Nigerian traders claimed, xenophobia and harassment. We've also had Nigeria-Equatorial Guinea tensions over mass deportations, where Equatorial Guinea deported thousands of Nigerians. So the tensions have always been there. But with Ghana, we thought there was this inseparable bond. So for those who have said this is a spontaneous expression of local frustration, or would you interpret this as a retaliatory act against Nigerians?
Well, a couple of things. In my opinion, I think I get a sense of the local frustrations because we've seen this happen in South Africa and in quite a couple of other countries that you just mentioned, where economy is bad and people can't get jobs. They look around and turn to people and say that these are the kind of people that are causing problems for them, But let me analyze this issue of Ghana very specifically. I think that the influence of social media in this day and age is also a big problem for us right now, because I have followed this drama in the last 2-3 weeks. There's in Nigerian, there's a lot of issues that came up about somebody wanting to buy plots of land, and then a lot of people, media personalities, influencers are coming to say that Nigerians are in Ghana, getting involved in cult activities, getting involved in all kinds of illegal deals, prostitutions, and all of this. So I also sense a case of giving a dog a bad name in order to hang it. But again, this point must be made that Nigerians that are in diaspora must always and should always respect the culture and what is happening in the country where they are resident. Now, the ECOWAS protocol allows us to be able to move freely within the sub-region without any visa. I can actually go to Ghana with my passport and I'll be admitted into Ghana and I'll reside in Ghana. The ECOWAS protocol allows for free movement of people, goods, and services. So that sense, in that sense, there shouldn't actually be restriction, because the truth of the matter is that if this continues, you can also, you will not guarantee that similar thing will also not happen in Nigeria. Right. You understand, when we had the issues with this same issue with South Africa, a lot of, ShopRite, shops were looted in Nigeria. People went there, cutting all kinds of things, even without knowing that the owners of these goods may even be Nigerians in the first instance. There were repercussion effects on South African-owned companies here in Nigeria. But the question is, what do we do? Because we must get involved in trying to find a way to de-escalate tensions. My understanding is that the Minister of State, Foreign Affairs, Her Excellency Ambassador Bianca, was in Ghana yesterday, meeting with Ghana police, trying to do all manner of things to be able to ensure that we de-escalate tension. Young people, again, in the public space, because I followed this on TikTok, on social media. Nigerians also needs to be able to de-escalate issues, because once we are throwing these banters back and forth, you just never know the extent to which it can go. When His Excellency Panikoro was the ambassador of Nigeria to Ghana, we also had this issue of, you get to the market, they shut down Nigerian shops, or they tell you some exorbitant amount of money you must pay before you're allowed to do business in Nigeria. This issue is a big issue for the African continent.
And
I believe that,
talking about ban trade, Ambassador, I thought both countries